seen this?
Yeah.
Do you want to go?
Yeah?
August, yeah?
This August? Yeah.
Didn't take much to convince her.
We're going to Calais. No, not on holiday. No, I know it's not a very glamorous place to go. If you just let me... There's a warehouse. I don't know. Chopping onions, sorting out clothes. I don't know. We're going to find out.
That's the last of it. 24 bottles of water.
Oh, where from?
Water shortage at my nan's. Thames Water had to turn everything off and give out bottled water, but it's back on now, so we can take them.
You've done so well. I got the weirdest donations. Bag of old clothes, stained socks full of holes, and a hairbrush still covered in hair. I mean, some people got no common sense.
What did you do with them?
They're still in my room. David's old socks and manky hairbrush are still on my floor, but hey, something to look forward to when we get home.
As the car's rubber tyres squeak up the steep ramp onto the Spirit of Britain, there's no going back. We breathe an anxious sigh and share an encouraging smile.
So, where do they go?
I think, like that.
Looks about right.
Yeah, there's a €90 fine if they're wrong. The French police are really strict about these things. Got a whole plastic wallet full of paperwork about it all, and even then, I still think I'm breaking the law.
It doesn't look wrong.
I don't know.
Come on, let's go up. It's a warm, clear evening. As the Spirit of Britain sets sail, the brilliantly white cliffs of Dover stand proudly to wave us off. It strikes me how much the sight of these cliffs up close might mean to someone. I haven't thought about that before. We don't say anything, but I know she's thinking it too. I'm starving. Shall we go in?
Fish and chips, they smell amazing.
£9, they better be.
They aren't.
That chip's still raw.
I don't know if it's the boat or me, but I'm starting to feel a little bit...
Me too.
Here we go. Driving on the right.
On the right.
On the right.
Hold tight.
Hey, you're supposed to be helping me here.
Sorry.
Look, if I say it enough times, there is no way I can get it wrong.
On the right.
Driving on the right. After about only 10 minutes of very deliberate on the right driving and a slightly increased heart rate and a small amount of forehead sweat, we arrive at the House of Camille. A French host who's got plenty of good reviews about being warm and welcoming to volunteers who come.
Do some of them not like us then?
I guess not. I can imagine some of the locals aren't too keen on their town being overrun by refugees.
It's dark when we get there. Quite late.
Ah, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Ça va? Bien. Merci. Sorry, I don't speak much more than that. Tomorrow, we'll go about 8:30. Okay. Merci.
Oh.
Bonne nuit.
Is this your dog? What's his name? Oh, Toby! Bonjour, Toby!
Bonne nuit.
Bonne nuit.
Sharing a bed with your best mate is always awkward. You try and keep still, keep on your side. I have assumed the position of corpse. Yes, I have watched a lot of Silent Witness. Flat on my back, arms by my side, sheet tucked tightly under my armpits. Dead still. But it's just not comfy. I fidget, I roll onto my side, onto my front. Is she asleep? I hope so. Because I'm back in corpse position and nothing's working. Oh well, at least I don't snore. Or at least I don't think I do.
There's a noise, like car doors slamming. It's 4 a.m. and I'm wide awake. Was it Camille's husband heading out for his night shift? Did I definitely lock the car? All the donations, the sat-nav, the passports, they're all sitting vulnerable in a little town. I scramble around on the floor for the keys and I squeeze past May's feet, which are hanging over the bed, and I get to the window. Quietly, but definitely very loudly, hoist up the window blind and squint towards the car. Oh, my glasses are over the other side of the room. There's too much on the floor to go and get them now, but it seems quiet out, not much movement. I click the lock command on the keys and the lamps flash twice. 1 flash, unlocked. 2 flashes, locked. Okay, back to bed.
I'm no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I'm changing the things I cannot accept. Angela Y. Davis.
Written in big bold letters right above the entrance. Little porter cabins brightly painted, one green, one yellow, one purple. Lovingly splattered slogans in bubble fonts all up the wall. We follow a slow trickle of people into a warehouse and people crowd in corners, sipping coffee. Someone says,
Do you want a tea?
"Thanks." A crumpled box of tea containing the last 2 tea bags, a dribble of dodgy UHT milk, scattered, stained teaspoons. Smiling politely. I think I'm all right for now.
Jenny starts the morning briefing.
Morning, guys. Great to see you all. We're up to 65 volunteers today. Welcome to all of our newbies. Quick reminder, though, about how we use the gate securely.
And then there's the tour. Welcome to Calais Warehouse. From this site, we serve over 2,000 displaced people living in the forest of northern France. So thank you for turning up. I'll show you around quickly and then you can get to work. This is Soho. If you're any good with a sewing machine, let me know. We mend tents, we fix zips, and if they're beyond repair, we turn them into drawstring bags. Through there in Tent World, all donations neatly stacked. But we're low on stock at the moment and we only distribute to the field when there's enough for everyone. Through there in Warehouse 2, clothing donations, boxes and boxes. It may look like chaos, but believe me, there is a system. Lunch will be provided for in here. We eat together. Yesterday's leftovers, but very delicious.
Frankie, have you got any spares? We need 2 for cleaning out the van. Ah, you too. Perfect.
Oh, we're going to need a bigger sponge.
The distribution van.
Splattered in yesterday's food.
Grit-covered kidney beans.
Everywhere.
No hose.
No gloves.
Challenge accepted.
How did it get this bad?
A spillage. She said the lid came off on the way back last night.
Oh well, life could be worse.
Eventually.
Done.
I never want to see another kidney bean ever again.
Now to the kitchen. Cabbages.
Onions.
Leeks.
Cauliflower.
Tomatoes.
Enough to make 1,000 meals.
Cut the cabbage.
Chop the onions.
Wash the leeks.
Soak tomatoes.
Peel the garlic.
Lunch.
Vinegar spray. Wipe it down.
Lunch.
Yes. No. Serving.
Hello. Would you like some rice?
Hello. Lentil curry today.
Hello. Rice.
Hi. Lentil curry.
Hello. Some rice for you.
Hi. Curry.
63 plates later.
So good.
Yeah. Beats that god-awful ferry food any day.
And tomorrow they'll be using our onions.
Field training. 25 of us squeeze into one porter cabin.
There aren't enough chairs. I don't mind the floor.
Fresh-faced bunch, mostly Brits, a few French, and a lady from Taiwan.
All ready to learn.
3 hours, apparently.
Oh, Christ. It is a bit intense, so here's a poem. It might make it easier.
And more exciting. And also easier.
Number 1, put your phone away. No photos or Facebook, okay? It's only for a little while.
Just think if it was you. If you were asked to smile in your darkest hour, would you want to be a pity post on someone else's Instagram? I haven't showered. Exhausted. Just want to eat my rice and lamb.
Number 2, don't ask about their home, their journey, or their plan.
Chances are they've experienced major trauma to even get this far.
Number 3, no promises. They cannot be reversed, and when you can't deliver, the damage done is worse.
You promised a new tent. You said there'd be new shoes.
I'm sorry, not today.
Tomorrow then, what do you say?
Number 4, dress respectful.
Be cheerful, yet professional.
Stay alert and don't stray too far from the van.
The guys are lovely. Talk about TV or films, and they're big football fans.
The police, however, the CRS, in their riot gear, those are the ones you should probably fear.
A little girl has her arm in a cast. French police break Syrian child's arm. The sort of stuff they don't broadcast.
In fact, Macron has plans to sue for defamation because we grassroots charities have quite the collation of evidence.
They like to use tear gas to clear a crowd, so if you see it, run away from the cloud. It'll burn your throat, give you trouble breathing, blurry vision, even blindness, leading to people running blind across the motorway.
It's a deterrent for new migrants.
The authorities say.
They'll use batons and pepper spray on unaccompanied children, so you'd better do what they say. They'll ask for your ID and you must give it. Treat them like royalty. Compliance is the ticket. Instead of, hello officer, you must say, Monsieur. Pretend you are a Monaco restaurateur.
You might get arrested for disturbing the peace, so ask for a lawyer, a doctor, translator. Don't bank on a quick release. The lawyer, of course, for legal advice. The translator to keep comms precise. A doctor
To report on your clean bill of health. You might be a white Brit of middle-class wealth, but police brutality is not out of the question. It's the French police force's self-expression.
You might get arrested.
Do you still want to?
We don't go out to distribution that night. The food bands have already left. Instead, we go back to the kitchen where they've been working with a threadbare team. The dirty pots are stacked high, so we roll up our sleeves and crack on.
And after about 3 hours, it's just the two of us, still scrubbing, fueled by a mix of rage and hope.
Rona has to practically force us to go home.
Come on, ladies, it's time to go home now. There'll be plenty more to do tomorrow, but for now, you need your rest. Thursday, 3 p.m. Our names are on the list. We're off to Dunkirk to distribute meals.
I don't believe it. I don't have my ID on me.
What do you mean you don't have your ID? Where is it?
I don't know, it must be back at the room at Camille's.
Okay, but we're always supposed to have
I know, I just don't have it.
Did you check the car?
It's not in there. It must be back at the place.
We leave in 10 minutes.
You should still go. You've wanted to go so badly. Come, you can go, you can still go. Go! I'll help Rona finish the stack of pots.
Man shouts at girl.
Armed man shouts at girl.
Armed Kurdish man shouts at a white girl.
Armed, drunk Kurdish man shouts at white girl as she serves food to refugees.
Traumatised, armed, drunk Kurdish man shouts at a privileged, only here for a few days, white girl with a British passport as she serves food to refugees. You are the devil. That's what he said to me. He stands right behind me and says, "You are the devil." I don't say anything. I don't turn around to the massive line of people, and he's drunk. He's got a bag and it's got a broken bottle in it. He says,
I could use this. I could kill you, all of you. 6 people from UK dead. Now that would be justice.
there's still people queuing for food, so the servers, we keep smiling, saying hello, spoon lentil curry into takeaway pots, waiting for a signal, if it comes.
I could do it.
He says, we don't move just yet. One of the van doors is blocked, so if we all rush now, half of us won't make it. We wait. Nick slowly, surreptitiously, walks a circuit of the van, checks each door, and then says to Ryan,
Have you seen Gary?
"That's it, that's the signal." With a spoon and plate in each hand, I hesitate and look to Ryan, and he says,
Leave the food, get in the van.
4 of us pile in the back, Ryan in the front, but Nick isn't there. I can see her blonde hair flowing in the mirror as she runs round the driver's side and clambers in, but the door won't shut. There's a strong arm in the way, and he's wrenching it open and he's cursing us all. He's inches away from Nick's face. And just like that, there they are. A whole crowd of people abandoning their only hot meal of the day to help. They pull him away by the waist and arms, and then they put themselves in between him and the van. And then, in that split second, Nick's door clicks shut, deadlocks it from the inside, fumbles with the keys and starts the engine. But he pulls away, and now he's round the front of the van, slamming his hands down on the bonnet, and they say,
Hey, come on, mate. Stop it, stand back. They're leaving now because of you. Come on, mate.
we pull away. We've left behind 3 trays full of food, tables, tea urns. Someone says,
That was a bit intense.
someone giggles nervously. It might even have been me, I don't remember, but we drive away, reach the warehouse gates, talk, debrief, sip tea, take a helpline leaflet, then we go home. Lock our doors and sleep in our beds.
She seems fine, considering. We tackle warehouse 2 on our final day. I have never seen so many socks in my entire life. We must have sifted through about 15 or 20 giant boxes. It's dusty, dark, and very repetitive. But clean new socks for people who spent all day walking is the smallest things could mean the most. We fish out anything that doesn't look brand new. Would you want to wear second-hand socks?
Ryan sent another van to go and collect the stuff we left behind. Tables and tea urns are precious commodities. And he said maybe 30 minutes after we'd left, everything had been cleared away. Trays stacked neatly, tables folded, because they knew that they hoped that we'd be coming back.
4 p.m. We make a swift exit. We have a ferry to catch and an urgent appointment at Lidl where we make excellent savings on 6 bottles of Bordeaux. Yeah, €22 on 6 bottles. I know.
I don't know his story. I can't even begin to imagine it, but I bet you my bank account it's got something to do with an impossible decision. a tearful promise. Give your father a kiss now. Walking to the end of the street and looking back one last time. Walking that would be followed by walking, that would be followed by more walking until that was the only certainty of every day. Shoes normally lasting you a year, they last you the week. A moment of chance, a do it now or you'll never know. A torrential storm, a very large sum of money handed to a person you definitely shouldn't be trusting. A soaked pair of shoes providing sore blisters. Confiscated tent after confiscated tent after confiscated tent after sleeping under a bridge after confiscated tent. I don't know exactly, but I have heard some stories.
We board the Pride of Kent with total ease. In fact, they fast-tracked us to an earlier ferry. With our little red books in hand, it was easy. We have the magic passes. Passes to privilege, home comforts, safety. There's some children running around on board with balloons, drinking Ribena, being very noisy. As children should.
One of the people I spoke to was a commercial pilot from Iran. There was a surgeon from Eritrea. And a Syrian graduate showing me his flawless grades on his iPhone. His brother had made it across and was working as a barber in Blackpool, and his plan was to find his brother and become a barber too. And I must say, his head did look immaculate. But he'd had his fingerprints taken in Greece. He wasn't too sure what to do about that. A grieving, traumatised, mentally ill, abused by the police, drunk, armed Kurdish man shouts at a white girl. Maybe I am the devil.
When I got home, I went for a walk in Danson Park and I saw this weird looking tree and I took a photo.
The upside down tree stands just there. No one knows why or how come or from where. It's unusual and strange, but different therefore. It proudly stands as no tree has before. With leaves at the bottom and roots at the top, people take photos. They smile and they stop. They don't tear it down or remove it from view. It's intriguing, unusual, special and new.
I had my ID in my pocket that day. I knew it was there. I just didn't want to go.